Hi, my name is Ben Dunn from Friyay.ai, and I am here to show you how to build a marketing brief from a prompt. So let's start with the prompt itself. Now, usually what we do at Friyay is when we're writing a long prompt, an involved prompt, we prefer to do it outside of ChatGPT itself, in something like Google Docs or Word or whatever it is that you use. It just makes it a lot easier to kind of edit, and you can save the prompt and use it again at some other time. And either way, ChatGPT doesn't care, right? You can just kind of write it in whatever you like, copy and paste it straight into the chat window, and it's all good. So I have chosen to use Word today, and we have a structure that we use at Friyay for prompts. So the first thing, and what we do is we use these kind of hashtag role just to kind of indicate to ChatGPT the structure of the whole prompt. So we start with this role definition, telling it who it is and what it's there for. So marketing professional working for Friyay, AI agency who builds products for small businesses. Anyway, you can read all of that. Then we move on to the task, in this case, writing a marketing brief for a range of marketing agencies tasked with different aspects of the execution of your marketing strategy. Then we provide the specifics in terms of commercials, customer, proposition, and marketing content. So this is exactly what we want it to do. And then we provide some context. Now, this context basically kind of helps it to understand who Friyay is, and some of the background, who the target customer segment is, for instance, what the problems of the target customer segment are, and what the proposition is that we're wanting to talk about within this brief. Then what we do is we give it an example of the output of what one of these things would look like once it's written. So here you can see, up here, I said commercials, customer proposition, and marketing content. So down here in the example, I give it more detail as to exactly what that means and what I want from that. And you can see down here, marketing content. And then in the marketing content, I specifically say, I want 10 ideas for quiz titles. I want 10 ideas for LinkedIn posts. I want 10 ideas for Instagram posts. And you'll also see I've put using the hooks by categories and buying stage in hashtag notes. Now, hashtag notes is down here at the end here. Now, this is where I put in useful notes, things which would be useful for the GPT to know when it's actually kind of writing this thing. So I've put in some information around hooks, the different types of hooks, specific examples of hooks, the target customer segment, what that looks like, and the buying stages. So what I'm going to do is just copy all of that. Oh, yes. There's one more thing here. You'll see I've put some stuff in red here. Now that is because I want to reuse this prompt. And so most of the stuff that's in black, that's going to be standard. And I'm always going to be using that. What will change is this content in here. So that means that in terms of the marketing brief, I'm going to change the target segment. I'm going to change the proposition. So that's a reminder for me, which is that these parts of the brief, I need to remember to rewrite or at least change in some way to make sure I'm reflecting whatever I'm going to be using this prompt to write in the future. So I'm going to do Control A and then Control C and move that off here. And then go into the ChatGPT window. This is for Omni. Paste it in here, and then press the button and off it goes. So we're just going to go down here so we can watch it write. And this is the marketing brief for the newsletter. So this is what we would then copy and send through to probably, well, I wouldn't copy this and then send it through directly to the agency. What I would do is kind of take this and use that as the basis for my for the brief that I would send, because you just never know. It can hallucinate. It can kind of put in things that you wouldn't necessarily agree with. So always best practice with this type of stuff is that you say, look, it's probably going to get me 60 to 70% of the way there, and that's much better than a blank piece of paper, right? But it's not necessarily going to be everything that the agency needs in order to kind of fulfill the brief. But you can see what it's done here. It's provided some creative ideas. It's given me timing in terms of when these things might be put up. It's given me landing page content so that they can just kind of copy and paste that straight in, because that's what I asked it to do as well. It's given me the proposition, dream outcome, the customer. It's given me written me a little persona of what the customer is. And so that's pretty much it. So I just need to copy and paste that, and off we go. That's it. So hopefully that was enjoyable. Let me just zoom out here. So this is a QR code that will take you to our newsletter, which is called Useful Not Playful, and that contains all sorts of things like this that you've just seen, and we send it out every fortnight. So if you're keen to see more of this type of stuff, then just take a photo of that QR code and you will be in. Okay, see you next time.